Hello class, this is your professor, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a video tutorial on how to do some conversion problems that you might find helpful for your exercise number 2. These are slightly different than what you're facing for homework, but I think you'll find these helpful to see done out. Okay, so this first problem I'm going to consider, let's think about two different types of light bulbs, an LED and an incandescent. And what's great about the incandescent is that it's cheap. The problem is it causes light by heat. So anyway, it uses 60 watts. That's the power usage. Whereas an LED, only 7 watts to get the same kind of light. All right, the question here is, if we're going to compare these bulbs, how much energy is required per week to run each of these? So as I have explained in class, you always want to ask yourself, what do I have, what do I need? In this case, this is the information that we have. We have a power. So remember, watt equals power unit, and that's equal to a joule per second. So that's energy per time. And then in this case, we know we got a whole week going on. So what we'll do is we can start by doing right away, if we know that we have 7 watts for that LED, okay, that's the same as saying 7 joules per second. And if I want to figure out how much energy I'm using, I multiply my power, the joule per second, by the time to get back to joules. So we're going to go ahead and convert this unit, but I like to do things longhand. So then we get 7 joules per second, and we're going to want to get to joules per week. Okay? So seconds, we're going to want to cross multiply. We get our seconds over here, and so you just remember we got 60 seconds in 1 minute. If we remember, then we have 60 minutes in 1 hour. Then we have 24 hours in 1 day. And then, of course, we have 7 days in 1 week. And if you remember, when you cross multiply, every time I'm doing this, I'm converting by a value of 1. Right? I'm just multiplying by 1. There's 60 seconds in 1 minute, 60 minutes in 1 hour. These are all units, but they will help us change our units so that S's, the seconds cancel out, minutes cancel out, hours cancel out, days cancel out, and we end up with joules per week. So all we can do is multiply across here, and we'll get a big number. Okay, we'll get 7 times 60 times 60 times 24 times 7. If you do that math, you end up with 4,233,600 joules per week, the incandescent. Or sorry, for the LED. If we want to do the incandescent, we have a bigger number. We have 60 watts, which is going to be 60 joules per second. Okay, we do that same old thing. Okay, so I'll just sort of say, do all this. Down here, we're going to multiply by that same value, and we end up with 36,288,000 joules per week. So you see how much more energy intensive that incandescent light bulb was. And that's your answer.